All right, today we're going to be working on my Garelli Super Sport. I am going to be putting the stock clutch back into the motor. Why, you ask? Because right now I'm running the Garelli kickstart clutch, and with the kickstart clutch you cannot use the pedals to start the bike. So I'm putting the stock clutch back in there just so it just makes it easier to start. It's not a better clutch. It's actually a terrible clutch. But we're going to do this anyways. So let's get started. Okay, first things first, we're going to drain the oil out of the case. And I got an oil pan down there to catch the oil. You're going to need a 17mm ratchet wrench. And there's a little, let's see if we can see it. You see this nut right here? We're going to take that out, and once we do that, all the oil is going to come out. So just kind of backing it up, just like that. Right. It's coming, it's coming. There we go. Yeah. Alright, so I'll put the drain bolt somewhere where we don't lose it. Put it right there. And probably wait about 10 minutes or so and let this drain completely out. And then from there we're going to be backing out these flathead screws, these 6 flathead screws out of the case, and then we'll be able to pull this cover off. So that's our next step. Okay, so here we roll. Let's get these guys out. We're going to need a little bit more power. Let's turn that up to max. These things are kind of on here, kind of tight. So here we go. Like that. Alright, that one's completely out. Pull that out. Now, I'm not doing this in like the just backing them out. Now there is a sequence behind this, and I may or may not be doing this correctly, but the engine's not hot, it's cold. So it's not going to warp anything if you want to nitpick every little thing I'm doing. Alright. There's that. Coming out. Should be, there we go. Oh, okay. Got it right there. There's our kickstart clutch right there. Look at that. Look at that. Nice. All right. So the next step, we're gonna back out this nut right here. I believe that's a 17 too. Yeah, it's a 17. Before I try to do that, I need to put my piston stop in, so the motor won't turn over. And let's do that. Alright, so here's my piston stop. You can get these online. I got mine from treatland.tv. I can't remember exactly how much I paid for this. They're not expensive. I want to say I paid 15 or 18 bucks or something like that. But it's well worth it when you're doing something like this, because you want to hold the engine still, and this is the best way to do it while backing out this nut right here. So let's pull this off, and I got my trusty spark plug socket, and we're going to take that out. like that. Just like that. Spark plug. And now we're going to put the piston stop in there. And I think the piston is the top dead center, so we need to turn this back a little bit so I can get this bad boy in there. Alright. Let's see. Let's turn a little bit more. There we go. That's probably good enough. So now, just turn the motor and it's not going to go anywhere because that piston stop is holding the engine still. So now I should be able to back this off. Well, there we go. Back this off. Just like this. Yeah. Try not to drop this nut into the oil below. Alright, cool. So I think there's a washer right here. Oh man, come on now. You just pull on the whole bell and then it'll come out. Alright. There's another washer right here on the other side of the clutch. So we need to hold on to that. Remember how these came out because they got to go in the same way. Okay, so putting the spacer back on. I got the stock clutch right here. It's missing one of the posts. It broke off when I had it on the bike before. It's not going to mess up the function of the clutch. It will still work. It's one of the problems with running this clutch when you have my bike that is, I don't even know how much horsepower it's making, but it's making enough to break this cast aluminum pretty easy. So I don't know. Let's put this on. So one of the things I have done to modify this clutch a little bit is I put some nylon sleeves on these posts. Originally they have rubber bushings on this, and they tend to gum up and turn into mashed potatoes when they get hot. So I put these nylon things on here. So you're just gonna slide that on like that. And the next step is we got to put the washer on there. And then your trusty nut. Just and tighten that on there. Just like that. Alright, so let's tighten that down. I've still got the piston stop in there, so that's why the engine's not turning while I'm doing this. There probably is a torque spec for this, I don't know it. But we're just gonna do it tight enough where it's not gonna fall off. Alright. So that's on there. Okay. Next step is we're going to put the spring on. Spring just like that. And then you put this on. The whole rubber clutch. And yeah, this next part's kind of hard. I'm going to need both of my hands. So the star piece has these little notches on these posts that the snap ring sits in. So it just holds it in place when you put it in. I'll get you a closer shot here in a second once I get this on. Okay, so as you can see here, I got the snap ring in. If you look at these posts, there's a little notch on the inside of the star piece that holds this clip in. So you have to compress the clip and put it inside of the star piece, if that makes any sense. Yeah. So the next part is we're going to put the cover back on and tighten everything down, and then we're going to fill it up with oil. Okay, so now we're just tightening these down. Come back with everything's tight. One of the other things that when you're installing this with the stock clutch is you have to install this cable, your clutch cable, which is right here. And yeah, so basically you just kind of push this arm and then put the NARP in there, and it's pretty self-explanatory. It just kind of sits in that. We're running.